lot of people think, oh, you're in your 30s, testosterone's probably still where it should be. Oftentimes it's not. You know, we have guys at Game Day Men's Health in their 20s that come in.
What do I see when I look into a lion's eye? You tell me.
You. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot we were doing this today. And then I was doing work emails, and then I saw the thing come through. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if anybody's gonna remember.
Yeah, no.
It's all good. It'll be I just sent him the link, so
I'm gonna switch spots because I'm getting some glare in this room. It's mostly all windows, so
yeah. How's your week going?
Been pretty good, actually.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just got a TV mount, so I can mount my TV on the wall over the fireplace.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So it'll change the whole dynamic of how the living room is set up.
Hell yeah. You guys got a fireplace? That's dope.
It's not like a real one. Like it's still like it's a real one, but it's run on propane. So you just flip a switch and it ignites. Yeah. But you know, it's not like I have to chop wood or anything, which I kind of like doing that. I like the feeling of wood and like the sound it makes, and it's just really relaxing. So
we just have one of those like electronic ones. Mm-hmm. Like you press I wish we had a real one.
Yeah.
I grew up with a real like fireplace and wood stove both, so I miss that.
Yeah, having a wood stove would be awesome. That's some fun.
We actually have one in this house in the basement, so we have like a oil furnace, but then we also have like a backup wood stove. We haven't used it yet, but we have one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've hit the point in prep where I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm there. You know, I'm just hungry.
How many weeks out now?
It'll be eight this weekend.
Yeah. I think 8 was right around the point I really started to feel it as well. Kerrith, what's up, man?
What up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good. The man of the hour. How's it going, man?
Oh, man, I ain't even the man of the past 5 minutes. What's good, guys? How y'all doing? How's life treating you, man?
It's good. I was just saying I'm hitting the point where I'm actually hungry.
Oh, man, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn. Hungry for what? Winning?
Just food. Just more food.
Nah, I better be winning. Food will always be there. Yeah, man. Just go for the kill, bro.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm super excited. You know, obviously slightly nervous because, you know, I'm stepping on stage with the big boys, but
dude, use it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Chris knows. Chris been there before. You know, you got to use that, man. Like anytime you start to doubt yourself, look at it as a new adventure, dude. You've never been there before, so you don't know the outcome. Have no expectations.
That's the facts. That's no pressure whatsoever. I feel no personal pressure. You know, it's just show up with a better package than I ever have, and maybe surprise some people.
Dude, I gotta tell you, you're picking an awesome show to be your first show. Like the way, like this is not name dropping nothing, but Freddie and Sheila put together a great product, dude. Like if you've ever attended Texas Pro, you know it's run very similar to an Olympia. You know, smaller scale, but you get the same feel, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, Freddie and Sheila are phenomenal people. Freddie's awesome. The Texas shows, even nationals when it's there. I mean, it is great stage, great lighting. You're not crammed and stuff. And it's really good.
The venue isn't 1,000 degrees. You know, it's always cool. It's comfortable to be there.
Yeah. One of the reasons I picked the show, well, I mean, we really like the Dallas area, but I've heard nothing but good things about the Texas Pro. So, you know, whether it's the lighting, the way the shows ran, just all of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when they kill the ceiling lights and they just have the black backdrop, bro, you better pray. You better pray Will Whitman in the audience. You better pray Gil Cole's got his camera fired up. Because yo, I'm telling you, you look like a rock star. Like credits to those guys, man.
Yeah.
You know, even Zach Z Rich.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. He comes up with some dope images, dude. Like all three of those guys, and hard step design. Brendan from Colorado. If he's there, these guys all have like super duper cameras. Okay. So you know what I mean? Like, suck it in. suck it in. Suck it
in. Since it's Texas, they'll probably have Battle Up Media as one of the photographers. There's that one guy. I get stuff every time I've done nationals. It's like the CM Vision, his style of.
Oh man, that's my boy too. He's nice with it too.
Yeah, all those guys are good.
Dude, yeah. Oh God, now it's gonna kill me. It'll come to me before the end of the podcast. Yeah, that's my homie too, man. He's always at the Olympia as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Well, I guess to the viewers that we have, I would like to introduce 5-time Olympian.
Oh shit! That's putting the wagon before the horse, man. October is a couple months away.
That's So how many have you only gone 4 times? How many times have you gone?
I've technically gone 4. I've qualified 5. This will be my 5th time, and I'm not one of those guys that'll I'll skip this year. No, we're going. Like I told rest his soul, Guy Del Corso, my first Olympia, I tore something while I was posing. And I was just that dry. And he's like, are you going to be able to make it? I was like, man, you would have to chop this leg off for me not to get back on stage. So, you know what I mean? Like, I seize every opportunity that I get because I know we're blessed to do this. And guys, like, sometimes you just got to sit back and reflect. And, whatever level you compete at, just know that you are luxury. You're getting a luxury item. You are gifted to be doing this, and not everybody could do the ill shit that you do. Let's call it what it is, because it's pretty ill shit when you're able to control the way you look.
That's
not a lot of people can control the way they look. We do that shit with all right, we're gonna turn this up, we're gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
That's a superpower, dude.
Yeah, for real. And
I was in Walmart today food shopping, and I was looking around at everybody in there, and I'm like, no one is in shape. Yeah. Everybody is just out of shape. And I was like, man. And I was like, I'm like, I don't ever take this shit for granted because, one, I love doing it, but 2, it's just like, look around. It's like, we're the socially unnormal.
Dude, yeah, no. And then we get fit shamed.
Yep.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like people will look at me and be like, how do you go shopping? I wear sweats. You know what I mean? They act like it's such a burden to be comfortable.
You even tie your shoes sometimes? No, I just wear Crocs.
Yeah, seriously, man. And they look at me like, yo, why you never tie your shoes? I was like, because I'm about to take them off as soon as I'm done with them. So hang on, but that's just me. That's just me, man. I got to be comfortable. I'd rather be, sweatsuit out than suit and tie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, 90% of my wardrobe is comfy clothes.
Yeah,
absolutely. Why you want to be anything other than comfortable, bro?
For sure. You know what's a weird when you're young, style's such an important thing. And not that you don't want to look good when you go out, but as you get older, you realize that it's not everything. And
no, you know what? Honestly, if we're still living in the era of you got to look a certain way to fit into a certain crowd, count me out. Like, I'm good at home with my dog. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, if you can't judge me on my character and nothing else, like, what does that say about you, right?
100%. I think that's one of the reasons why the bodybuilding community is like, I love it so much, is because every walk of life is just accepted for whatever they are. You know what I mean?
And that's from the everyday bodybuilder in the gym all the way to the NPC stage. You see real, I hate to say it like this, but you see real tough motherfuckers that get on that stage, because you see a guy with, cerebral palsy, who got in shape, who had the discipline to get in shape. And when, you know, I get a client that's 360 pounds and they're telling me I can't, you know, I'm just like, hello. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're gifted, you're lucky, you know, so we gotta just, you know, be better people. When it comes down to it, we gotta be better people. We gotta look out for each other. And that's why people in the bodybuilding community always grow together, man. You know?
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah,
physically and mentally.
It's a special community. It really is. In my life, you know, I played sports growing up and I had a lot of teammates that I like, and basketball was really important. But my adult friendships and the friendships that have lasted the longest as an adult all have come from some facet of working out.
Yes.
Same here.
Yeah. I talk to my OGs all the time, man. My OGs tell me, like, listen, we are so proud of you. And I try to listen to their day one advice, and it was gospel to me. You know, they said, young K, stay humble, we'll brag for you. And I always try and retain that. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no reason to brag on myself when I got my man over here telling you my resume. You know, and just to see these guys and have them be fans of bodybuilding, and then they're seeing me on the highest level stage. It's kind of like a full circle moment. You know, back in the day, these guys would tell me, listen, you can't go downstairs in the basement of the gym if you can't bench 315. Don't even go that route.
That's like a rite of passage right there when you finally get to do it.
That was it, man. You know, you got the access to the basement. It came with a tetanus shot because you might end up with some sort of fucking infection. But dude, like, I mean, that's another thing. I digress, but that type of shit is lost on these kids today. They'll never understand the luxury of that discipline, you know, that hard work that these guys taught us, man. And I know you guys are of the same cloth.
Oh yeah, I talk about it a lot. You know, you couldn't wear a tank top in the gym that I started training until you were a certain size, because they would let you know. They'd let you know you're not big enough to walk around like that yet.
100%. Like I just mentioned this yesterday. It's crazy that you said it. Like, straight up, if you wore a tank top in the gym and you were flexing, you taking a bro, these guys would kick you out the gym so damn fast. Like, what'd you come to the gym for? You know?
Yeah.
You know, they don't realize that that's distraction.
There'd be some real in-life bullying going on. You'd just get harassed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
In the worst way. And the thing is, they don't forget. So the next time they see you, they're gonna have a nickname associated with dumb shit that you did.
I remember back in like 2003, I met Ronnie Coleman for the first time, and you know, I got his DVD and he's wearing like those tan and black lifting gloves. So I'm like, I'm gonna get the same gloves. So I got the same gloves. I was so happy. I went into the gym. It was all blue collar workers, like pipe fitters unions, like tin knockers and like carpenters. They all made fun of me so bad. I literally threw the gloves out afterwards. I was so upset. I'm like, shit. My hands up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, meanwhile, those guys, if they slap you, right, they're gonna take skin off, right?
Yeah.
You gotta love it, man. They don't make them like that no more, man.
No. And you know, I try when I'm at the gym. I try not to be, because I don't go to a gym that's got a lot of bodybuilders, right? And so I kind of stick out like a sore thumb. I try to toe the line of telling the younger crowd how to kind of carry yourself, but also not being too much of an old head and like trying to push how I came up on them. It's a weird balance, right? Because
because you don't want to parent them, right?
What's that?
You don't want to be their parent, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Plus, you got to work out. You got to worry about you. You got to show.
Yeah.
Sure. But I was actually surfing Instagram today when, you know, I was in my downtime, and I saw a video that Steve put out. It has to be pretty recent. And he was talking about like just people that would go down and he'd be training his ass off, and you know, celebrities would be down there and they train. Nobody talks to him. You know what I mean? And that's the energy you get out of Bevs or, you know, even like a Montanari brothers. Did Chris just get kicked off?
Yeah,
All right, he's come back in, right?
He's come back in, yeah.
All right. But I mean, like those guys, they'll they'll go about their day, not get bothered. Me, I go to the gym, I get hit with 1,000 questions. Like I'm just supposed to surrender all this knowledge that I had to bust my ass to get.
Yes.
I was just telling Mike, Chris, like these guys in the gym, they don't leave you alone when you're training. And Steve put out that video saying how, The Rock and celebrities are coming to the gym and they train, nobody bothers them. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's just like, that's their job. That's technically their job, is to look the part of whatever they're trying to do. So let that person work. You go to the gym, I'm sure you get hit with a plethora of questions.
All the time.
You've been in the industry longer than just about all of us.
Yep. Yeah.
I get it all the time. I'll tell people, like, look, I always try to be a little respectful and be like, hey, I appreciate the questions. I go, find me after my workout. I'll talk with you for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I don't want to lose a pump or lose focus, and
Yeah.
I don't know what question's going to be coming your way. It's like, well, how much trend do you take?
Yeah, I was gonna say usually it's out of pocket. Usually it's out of pocket.
Why does it always start out with that? Like, can't they just ask you, like, yo, bro, how many calories you consume? Like, I'd rather that one.
Yeah.
Because I can hit them with I don't know.
Every time I would get hit with that question, I would say, like, listen, I'm not going to talk with you because your mindset is not where it needs to be. And then they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, how long have you been training for? What's your diet like?
Yeah.
Those are two things. How many days a week? What's your training split? Something like that. I don't just right off the bat and be like, oh, you take trend.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the only respected question that I've ever gotten, and maybe I don't talk to enough people, but the only question that I've gotten and I've not gotten upset about is the person looked at me and was like, dude, why do you do this? And I told him, like, listen, if it wasn't for this, I'd probably be locked up. We'd probably be fighting at that moment. Because you tried to talk to me in my workout. So if it wasn't for that, then yeah. But that's the only question I really respect is something when it's more life-based, than supplement-based or habit-based.
For sure.
I've gotten that one too, just in a different verbiage. It was always like, man, how the hell do you find the time to do this all the time? Like, you're always at the gym. And I'm like, I make it part of my work. I make it part of my work day. It's part of my work day. If I have to train that day, I work, I train. If my shift isn't over till I'm done and I'm home, showered, eating, whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good segue into I guess, Kerrith, like what got you into bodybuilding? How'd this all start for you?
Injury. I swear to God, man, injury. I've told this a few different times. Back in like 2010, 2011, I was trying to get on the USA 4x1 team. I didn't want to completely just give up on athletics. I was a pretty fast runner, and I was kind of like a late bloomer. I was faster, the older I got. So at like 27, I'm like, you know what? I think I still got it. And I practiced my ass off. I really started hitting the weights hard, like never before. And I was working with a guy who, he had gotten drafted in the NFL, and he was on a practice team. And he really was my training partner. Shout outs to Bruce. And dude, like we were training in 110-degree heat, pulling tires, pushing cars. And I was ready. So I submitted my application. Then I see like a pop-up that was like, try USA bobsled. And I was like, let me give this shit a shot. So reached out to the coach, went up to the combine and got a spot on the USA got a spot on the bobsled team instead of the USA 4x100. And my last time going up to Lake Placid, I got into a car accident, and I did like one of those freak Bo Jackson hip things. Like I messed up my hip somehow in the car accident, and I knew something wasn't right. They checked me out, couldn't find anything. But I just knew that I wasn't performing to the best of my ability. Decided to walk away from it and didn't lift weights or didn't train for like 2 years. Started to get chubby and found the gym. Started going to the gym late nights, met this couple. They're like, dude, you got to do a bodybuilding show. I did it. I did really well, and I got hooked. So if it wasn't for that injury, I wouldn't have found bodybuilding.
That's interesting. So I'm not saying all the time, but there's always a lot of correlation between high level bodybuilders in a big sports background. And
yeah.
And I don't know if it's, I think the biggest thing is probably like that elite athlete mentality that comes with it, and it transfers great to bodybuilding. But dang, man, you're pretty much a real life cool running story.
I was just.
Did you hear I was Jamaican as well?
No, I didn't. Okay.
So, fun fact: all the guys from the real life cool runnings, I met most of those guys, except for the Jamaican bobsled team. But all the guys the guy that played John Candy and like those guys. So I actually got to know them, and real cool dudes, man. It was crazy that I ended up in that position. A Jamaican kid ended up on a U.S. bobsled team. So they always gave me shit for it. Hey, ask me if I got an egg in my pants. Pause.
Oh yeah, thank you. You did.
It's a great movie, man.
It's a great movie. I watched that 1,000,000 times as a child. I love that one.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme.
It's bobsled time.
Yeah. So it was a great time, and it makes for great stories because it was one of those experiences. It's like, when am I gonna, get to say that? Hey, I did USA bobsled. Like, who's been in a bobsled? Everybody goes sledding in the cold, but who's been in an actual bobsled down a nice track?
For sure. All right,
I've been in one of those. I've been in one of those like single person bobsleds that go down a concrete track on a mountain.
I always want to try that. Is that that's in Vermont, right?
The one that I used to go to was on Mount Attitash in New Hampshire near North Conway.
Okay.
I think they got rid of it because I think there might have been some issues with insurance and liability. I just got off that thing into a tree one time and could have seriously injured myself. Well, there's a big sign that says slow down, and I just pulled the thing back, so I just kept going faster.
Yeah. Dude, they call it the champagne of thrills, man. And I never understood until I was completely horizontal on the wall, like just pressed with my shoulders getting beat to bits and my neck feeling like it's going to get pushed in between my knees.
Okay, I don't want to sidetrack, but I have questions about bobsledding now.
Kerrith, I never knew this about you, so I'm heavily intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
Man, there's really not much to tell, but it is a cool story.
So what position on the sled were you working on?
So, in an ideal world, I would have stayed on the side of the sled because I always thought I was faster there. Hey, it's Brendan. What up? I always thought that the side of the sled was the best. However, these guys that I'm with, they're all wide receivers that, are from, K-State, big football schools, Alabama, Auburn, all that shit. Some of them even played in the NFL. Actually, one of the guys that was my roommate, Thomas White was his name. He's from Texas. He played for the Ravens at one point, and he was fast as shit. I think he was a corner. But all these guys are like 6 foot, 6'1". I'm 5'5" on a good day if the wind is blowing right. I didn't match their cadence. And, the thing is, I was faster than them and I was stronger than them. So what would happen instead of going straight, sled is going off to the side, they decided, hey, we need this guy on a sled. He just can't be on the side of the sled. So I went from number 2 to number 4, and I was the brake man. So I'd be the last guy in the sled. And, that's pretty much where I ended it, but it was always fun. It was always fun.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. That's
crazy.
So not just an Olympian, almost. Well, I guess an Olympian in another.
No, I didn't make the Olympic team. Made the U.S. team. There's a process of elimination. So you got to get the best of the best to be on the fastest sleds. But when Steve Holcomb was alive, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the guy that was winning all the golds for the U.S. Yeah. He was the driver. He passed. God rest him. but that's when I tried out. When I saw him go down, I was kind of moved by it, and that's the whole reason why I was intrigued by bobsled in the first place.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
we got a true cool runnings in the house tonight.
See, he didn't even know. He didn't even know.
Hell yeah, dude! That's still one of my favorite movies, dude.
Hey, yes, it is. It's great.
Yeah. So fun times, man. But actually, to be honest, I got put into bobsled because when the coach saw me, he's like, "Dude, there's no way you're gonna go down on your stomach," because I wanted to do skeleton. He was like, "You're too wide for the sled." He's like, "You're gonna beat the shit out of your shoulders." And luckily I listened to him. I watched so many guys that were about the same size as me try it, and they left with dislocated shoulders. They had their chin split open because your chin drags on the ice, and I'm like, I'm all set. I'd rather be in something than on something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Brendan,
so bobsledding ends, and you get into bodybuilding. When did bodybuilding click with you? Like, oh yeah, no, this is it. I can be really good at this.
Well, it was really after that first show, man. I had no clue what I was doing. I was at the CT Grand Prix, and it's just like, it might have been to my benefit that it was sensation overload. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's telling me what to do over here. I didn't even have my fucking can on. 2 minutes to go. I didn't even know about pumping up or anything. So I was just told, do this bodybuilding show. I show up, I have no music. The DJ is like, all right, what music do you want? I was like, I don't know, surprise me. And I could say that it was kind of a life-changing moment when he put on Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Oh, wow.
And all I heard was, da, da, and I was like, oh shit, I love bodybuilding. Yeah, I probably used that song like 3 different times for my posing music.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's a good one.
So after that, it clicked, and people who didn't know me were just like, "How many shows have you done?" I'm like, "Dude, I just found out about this like 4 weeks ago." So everybody's kind of floored at that, and I ended up going up in the overall against Dan Coakley. I can never say his last name right. Chris, you know him.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is. Yeah,
Dan that used to train with Evans and Tapani.
Yep.
Yeah, so he outweighed me by 100 pounds. So it was crazy.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kerrith, didn't I meet you? Didn't I meet you for the first time at it was CT Supplements in Shelton, right? At Matt's store. Was that the first time I met you in person? I can't remember. I thought it was at Montanari's when you were training with James Mariano. Oh no, that was it. Yes, that was one of those things there, and I met you there. That's right.
Yeah, that's when you had the thick old beard.
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was bushy.
Yeah. that was, I think it was actually, I do remember, it was you, James Mariano, that girl Sophie from Mass, Christina Turbino, and CJ was there.
Yes.
I think you guys were all using CJ as a prep coach at the time.
Yes. Yep. That's right.
Don't tell me my memory's shot. I still got some of it. That was like 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So when did you take your first shot at a national show?
Shit. 2017, man. 2017, Team Universe. I went in there. I was actually natural. At Team Universe. And I got 5th. And, then I thought I had more to give. So I gave myself an ultimatum. I said, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try doing it like a bodybuilder. And, I went back out and I won that shit, bro. I still love that look. That's one of my favorite looks from my body type ever. But I just went in there to have fun because no matter what, I can't control the outcome. And it was just a big sigh of relief when they announced me. And to be honest, I still talk about this. The motherfucker that got second to me saw the scorecard and told me I won before. Oh. So it was up to me. Like, I could have fucked that up. I could have took it as let's get comfortable and relax and let my guard down. But I was like, disregard what he said. Go out there, run through the finish line. And I did just that. But I still, till this day, hate that motherfucker for ruining my day.
Yeah,
You know?
man.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Then you don't get that emotional shock. Like if somebody said that to me, I'd probably think the motherfucker's like just trying to troll me.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought it was at first.
And I won, and I get like hurt or something, you know?
Yeah, no. So I thought it was that at first, and then he's like, "Look, no, you can see it right there." And I was like, "Dude, like, come on, man, let's just go have fun." And I'll never forget his coach. It was Phil Viz was his coach. I don't remember the individual though. And I saw Phil, and I was like, "Dude, your client's a dick." Like, it was up to me to really see that one through. I could have fucked that up so easily.
Yeah.
You figure that's why he said something, was to try and get in your head and fucking screw things up.
Yeah.
Flip, but it's good.
Yeah, it almost worked. It almost worked. But I was just there to have fun, man. Brennan's like, everything that was supposed to happen happened, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's fast forward to you have now. Are you going to ever do 212 again, or are you completely stepping up into?
Oh, no. 212 is my home, dude. Like, I love the 212 division because, to me, like, no disrespect to the open guys, and I don't know where people get off saying that the open guys aren't conditioned. I think that's a lie. I think that's a big lie. I just think that there are people that miss their peak, and you're not supposed to judge somebody on their worst day. Maybe that's me for, being too generous with opinions, but I think you got to kind of stall somebody out and let them really hit their peak properly. You start saying shit like that, it throws them off. It throws doubt in their day. But I think the open guys. Oh shit, my bad. I think the open guys, they do bring the conditioning. I think 212 is a little bit more challenging because I get as heavy as an open guy, but then I got to chop it down, and that push right there is what really keeps me locked in my last 8 weeks of prep. Like I need that number to shoot towards. I think that ultimately brings out my best physique. So 212 will forever be my home, and I'm a little bit older in the tooth, or long in the tooth, so I don't want to, commit to the open and put on a ton of weight, ton of size. Because, at best, I see myself bodybuilding for 5 more years competitively, tops. Okay. I'd like to get a couple Olympia wins.
I'd like to see that for sure.
Thanks, bro.
Kerrith, how old are you now?
Oh man, I'm 43, Chris.
Well, I mean, I turned 40 this past year, so I'm getting up there with you.
Yeah, so we got to take care of it, man. It's like Ghost Rider. That one last ride.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you.
So the truth is, 212 is just where I'm supposed to be. I think from my frame, for the criteria for the category, I think I am one of the. How do I say this without coming off pompous? But I think I'm one of the guys that suits the structure for 212 better than most.
Oh, I agree with that.
Agreed, for sure.
Thanks. And I say that humbly, but, it's true. Some guys, they're a little bit too tall for the division. They should go into the open. Some of the guys just have the structure for an open. Like, for instance, for me, Angel Calderon, love him. I think he's a guy that would be better suited going straight into the open, not even worrying about 212. Because his frame can hold so much.
Yeah,
I think he compromises everything when he cuts down to 212.
That was like when Hottie was 212, and then he finally went to open. Like, it suited him so much better.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Well, we never got to see it, but Flex Lewis.
I know.
Yeah, he lost a shit ton of muscle just cutting the 212.
But he was saying he thought he couldn't make it in the open because he just had difficulties eating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, Flex was so deep in the game, he probably had 15 years by then?
Yeah. It's like, you really want to push it past that, you know what I mean? Like, Angel's doing this weekend against Sass, so we'll see. We'll see what he has to bring into the Open.
I don't know. I think he has a unique way of utilizing his rebound to his benefit.
Yeah.
You know, he bounces back so well. Whatever him and Espen do, it's fucking, I don't know what's going on, but it looks great.
Some sorcery.
Yeah. Espen's a good dude too, man. Shout out to him. Like, if you notice, that guy's athletes always show up.
So this is a crazy look for 9 weeks out. Like,
thanks, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about winning that day. I wasn't thinking about food, Mike.
yeah, no.
The food will always be there, bro.
That's a fact. I just bet I need some food to get my workout going.
Yeah. So tell me something. Where are you located?
So I'm in Maine.
Oh, you're in Maine. Okay, all right. So you're my new lobster connect, man.
Yes, sir. I got you. So funny enough, actually, growing up, I worked on a lobster boat quite a bit in the summer, and then I did actually when I first moved down to Portland, I spent some time working on a lobster boat as well. It's tough work, man. But if you do need lobsters, let me know.
Oh, please, I do, man. It's grueling work, man. I respect the hell out of you guys being on boats and trying to work, man. I can't even be a passenger properly on a boat. Like I'm in the water for no reason.
Forget it.
Yeah. Ain't enough Dramamine in the world that could save me, man. It's bad.
I've had my stints out there working where I've gotten seasick, and it, like you said, it doesn't matter how much Dramamine you take, you cannot shake it till you get back to shore.
Yeah,
so it makes for a long day for sure.
Facts. And I'm the son of a sailor, so it looks even worse on me. My dad's like, "Come out on the boat." I'm like, "I'm all set." No reason to do all that, man.
So how long have you been working with Dave?
So I could run through my list of coaches. It's very short, but Dave actually, when I met Dave through a coworker, Donna Restivo at the time. She's since gotten remarried. Her name is Donna Sterling. But Donna, by chance, knew Dave. They all grew up together. So her, Dave, like that whole clique that pushed bodybuilding forward were her people. Like, Sushi after, taking insulin, all that stuff. Like, I guess they were the group that really started that. But she made a call to Dave for me. And I spoke to Dave. I told Dave, I was like, "Hey, not for nothing, I think you're the guy that I want to coach me because you're really good at what you do and you're not an active competitor." I always find that, it's a conflict of interest to have a coach that's, an active competitor, just because they can't devote the amount of time that I feel an athlete truly deserves. I say that tongue in cheek because I have athletes that compete as well, but I advise them, you might want to get a coach that's not competing. If you can deal with this circumstance, then so be it. But told Dave that I want him to be my last coach. And, Dave and I were working together. He took me to Team U. I got first. Took me to my first pro show. I got 8th at the New York Pro. It was a hell of a pro debut. Then we went to Tampa. We got 4th. And the following year, I think we got 3rd at the New York Pro. So we did a couple shows at that point, but the following year we qualified for the Olympia, and then I got 8th at the Olympia. After that, Dave and I parted ways. I worked with Justin Miller for 2 seasons, worked with Neil Hill for this past year, and then recently Neil and I parted ways, but I reached out to Dave and I told Dave, I was like, "Hey, how do you feel about going to win an Olympia?" He's like, "Let's do it." So no love lost. I'm back to the old school, and here we are, man. We're looking good, and I think this is the year to be highly competitive among that top 4. I can only see there being a different outcome this year, though. I think that the top 4 is probably going to get shuffled around. I'm going to see to it, but it's going to be our best look together. But if I had to put together amount of years Dave and I have been together, I'd say probably about 5, 5 or so.
Do you find that since you've worked with a couple coaches, do you find that Dave's style of how he approaches it just clicks better with you?
Dave is a straight shooter, dude, and he's just gonna let you have it. He's not gonna care how you feel about it, and I like that. You know, where other guys will kind of pussyfoot around it, he's gonna tell you what's on his mind in that moment. So I like cut and dry. Cut and dry works for me. I understand that well. That lets me know, like, hey, you know, we could talk shit to each other and be like, hey, let's go grab a beer. You know, you know, but that's what I needed in my coach. I don't need a coach to always tell me, yeah, you look great, you look great, you look great. That shit does no good for you. You know what I mean? So finding the right guy that's gonna hold no punches is crucial to you advancing in the sport. So if you don't have that in a coach, if you can't talk shit to your coach as if he's your boy, I don't know how long that relationship's gonna last, you know. And that's just my take on it. I don't know. You guys might feel different.
I kind of wanted to add to what you were saying. I mean, we all were athletes and played multiple different sports. Like, think of how our coaches coached us. You know, they were rough. You know,
yeah,
pretty tough. Like, I just rub some dirt on it and walk it off. Like, oh, you know, oh, this is someone complains about doing suicides. It's like, I didn't realize we had a pussy on the team. You know
exactly.
I mean? Like, so, and like that was all my coaches for every sport that I played growing up. So when you have a coach that does that in bodybuilding, like, why would you want anything less than that?
100%. Like, this is honestly, this is ground zero for tough skin. Plain and simple. Because if you can't take somebody making fun of the way you fucking look, you should not be stepping on stage.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If you don't have tough skin, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's such a subjective sport. Like, you could, you know, yeah. I mean, I was even talking with my coach about this the other day. Like, one of his clients, Andrea, that you know, apparently like missed his peak to some degree. Like, my coach was like, "This is the shit I get all the time." And it was like somebody was like, "You're a horrible coach. You shouldn't have let him step on stage. Shame on you." And it's like, God forbid you miss one person in the last 5 years or so. It's like everybody's just, you know, that's just.
People don't realize them. People don't realize in bodybuilding, it's not fucking that easy to nail it down every fucking.
It's the hardest thing in sport. It's the hardest thing in sport.
You're not gonna fucking nail every single show every single time. It's just fucking reality.
There's so many variables.
They don't know shit about this sport if they think otherwise.
There's so many variables that you could potentially just not have in your control. Like, maybe the night before the show you slept like dog shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, you wake up and you're not 100% on.
And there's shit.
Bro, it could be as simple as you went into the elevator and the door didn't close fast enough. That shit will send your cortisol through the fucking roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your look is gone. You know what I mean? That's all it takes, man. And it's so finicky. You know what I mean? There's so many variables. Like, listen, the wind could blow across your back the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's the social media age once again. I mean, everything seems to come back to that. You know, like what's Boss of Outlaw, right? Like, so a couple peaks have not gone the way they wished. And it's all of a sudden there's this bandwagon starting, like, oh, he's not a good coach.
Know what he's doing. He's inexperienced. Like,
it's like, look at
man.
It's crazy. Like,
yeah. And you know what? Like, I hate to say it this way because it sounds like I'm discrediting the coaches, but a coach can only lead you to water. Like, you got to drink up. You know what I mean? So blame the athlete first. You know what I mean? Don't attack the coach. You know, I think that the athlete has to hold a certain amount. And truth, the athlete is listening to their coach, but are they listening to everything? And then if you find that they've listened to everything and the plan fell apart, then you could say, all right, well, coach, what did you miss here? Yeah. You know, and God forbid if it's the first time working together, you know, first time trying to time it and hit a prep properly. You know, that's another thing people don't realize. Boss of Outlaw took on a lot of people's clients, you know, because he was popping last year. So he didn't really know these athletes. You know what I mean? It takes a couple of preps to really know your athlete.
He's taking a shit ton of heat for like everything that happened with Blessing at Legion. And I'm like, dude, you can't even blame him because he actually had. Oh, did we lose him?
Oh.
Kerrith,
No. Maybe his phone died.
I don't know.
Was he on his phone?
I think he was on his phone. Let's see if he pops back in. Oh, there he is.
I was like, maybe his phone died.
No. We're good. I don't know. I just got kicked out for no reason.
That's what happened to me earlier.
Yeah, so I like Stefan was saying, like on the bodybuilding podcast, that like him and Blessing agreed to do the show, even though they knew they weren't going to be 100% going into the show because they kind of wanted to do a test run. And Blessing knew at that point he needed to be way more conditioned and they needed to peak him properly, and they know now what not to do. Like that's between the coach and the athlete, and then everyone else on the sidelines that you put a post up and they're like, oh my God, he's smooth as shit. Look at his legs. His stomach's distended. He's sweating. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like, don't even know. Like, and I think like more athletes get under that who don't like coach and, bodybuild at the same time. They just bodybuild.
Yeah.
So they're more apt to put the blame on the coach 100% when the coach and the athlete actually had that discussion. So, I mean, like, I think people just need to know their facts before they start spewing shit.
Yeah. The truth is they could have put that truth out there in neon lights, and I guarantee you everybody would just look right past that. Nope. I knew he was going to fuck it up this whole time.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
They waiting on to see somebody fail.
Yeah.
So this is how my ADHD brain works. Chris, you said in sports suicides earlier. I just listened to a podcast the other day. They're not allowed to call them suicides anymore.
Stop it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They're called line drills. You must say line drills.
No, they're not. They're called suicides.
They're called fucking suicides.
It ain't gonna fucking change. I don't even care if we get demonetized.
Yeah. Dude, that's that. Let me not get you trouble
right now, dude.
Whenever I played basketball, we had to do bear crawls too.
Yeah.
And like I smoked everybody. I was so fast running like a Neanderthal on all fours across the court. But man, like that was awesome. You can't call me suicide. I just found out you can't even play dodgeball in school anymore.
Oh man. Shit. You remember Burn? You remember Burn? They could not play Burn today. You remember Burn ball?
No, what's Burn?
There's different names for it, but it's like when you had a tennis ball and you got to throw it against the wall, you got to catch it. If you drop it, you drop it.
Yeah.
Bro, we used to play that with baseballs. We used to play that with baseballs, bro. Imagine if these kids did that today.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I thought about coaching AAU basketball or high school basketball, maybe JV, get my feet wet, but the way parents are these days and the restrictions on how you can coach, I think would make it very frustrating and difficult for me to coach the way I think kids should be coached.
Dude, stole the words right out of my mouth, because transitioning from me coaching swimming, where I dealt with 150 kids and the ages were 6 to 18, I always told every single person that asked me, they're like, how do you like coaching? I'm like, if I could coach 150 orphans, I would do it in a second.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking deal with the parents.
Yeah.
Worst part.
Yeah.
Worst part. Everyone's in the field. Their kids should be in this position. Their kids should be swimming that event. Like, I'm the coach. This is what I got fucking paid to do. Sit back and take notes. That's how it is. Like, you let the experience take over, but I mean, like, and if you don't put these parents in their place and have a support from above you, you're fucking doomed. You're doomed.
I mean, we straight up
they're gonna be heckling you.
Yeah, it's a fact.
We just got straight up called names when I played sports. I remember when I played freshman basketball, we scrimmaged JV and we destroyed them. And they had this one kid on their team named Ben. And he was like 6'7". He had hands like feet. And the JV, he kept just dropping passes. And the JV coach stopped the scrimmage, and in front of all of us just kept humming basketballs at Ben. And he's like, "You a fucking retard?" He's like, "You can't catch anything, you fucking mongoloid." Literally, mongoloid retard called him that. We're all just like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
So
you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get fucking blasted all over a front page.
Yep.
We used to have one kid, like I love him to death. He was like 6'11", but he never grew into his body until he became like a full-blown adult. So Kyle, he was just clumsy. So we'd call him a goon all the time. And we had another guy, God rest his soul. I love him. He died. He was sweaty all the time, and he didn't really stink, but he smelled like he's been working out. So we'd call him Funk, so, there's and he accepted it. He'd just be like, Funk, what up? That's how we went about it.
Can't do that anymore.
It was different times. I mean, I remember prep school practices where they'd lock the gym door. They'd put trash cans in each corner after a loss. And coach would be like, "You're going to fucking run till every last one of you pukes. And if somebody's not puking, you're going to keep running."
Yeah.
And nobody complained about it. Nobody went to parents and said, coach is doing this to us. It's just, that's what it was.
Well, you know what it is, though? Their parents, those kids' parents, were doing the same shit. Exactly. So that was expected. Expected. Yeah. I don't know what got lost in transition, but somebody's got to take the blame. Somewhere along the line, things got soft, Or hold on, let me be PC. It got delicate. Things got real delicate, and now we got to handle things a certain way, and it's driving me crazy, dude. Like, I don't know what the next 40, 50 years looks like.
Yeah. It's going to get weird.
It's either going to get so incredibly bad, or maybe like we're going to have like a technological collapse, and then everyone's just going to be forced to doing the old ways.
Well, you know what? When AI is going to take over and be like, "You guys are pussies."
Oh, for sure. We've made it.
We're just going to get enslaved, and all we're going to be doing is just like running around pushing a wheel like in Conan all
right.
All day.
Yeah. I keep saying, like, we've made this movie 1,000,000 times over the last 25 years. Why is anybody not doing anything about this quick advancement of AI? Like, we all see iRobot. We see iRobot.
Every time I use Chat GPT, I make sure to say thank you every time.
Yeah, man. You seen the bumper stickers, right?
Oh yeah.
Be nice to robots.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, yo. Matter of fact, you know what? It's funny. I was watching this thing on CBS News the other day. I don't know if you guys saw this. They ran a program and they told AI shut itself down. I don't even feel safe repeating this online.
Oh, I did see this.
You saw that?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Right. So they told the old AI that it was going to be replaced by a new, better version, and they were telling the old AI to shut itself down. I guess that 70% of the time it defied the orders, right? And it tried to come up with like a solution as to why it shouldn't. And when they told it that it was going to get replaced, that AI started planting emails for the new AI to follow, telling the new AI, do not listen to humans.
Damn.
Oh,
and you can't trust humans and shit like that. So, yeah, cool. It's going to be scary, man. It's going to be bugged out.
Yeah.
I just want to know who the hell is going to teach these kids.
AI, apparently.
Well, AI ain't going to teach them shit.
Yeah. It's gonna get weird out there. It's gonna get weird.
I saw another thing too with AI where I think it was either today or yesterday. They had one AI that was playing chess, and they pitted against the old chess program on Atari from like 1979. Yeah. And the Atari kept beating the AI's ass.
What?
And I swear, and I guess the AI was actually like showing signs of regression, like this program's flawed, it's too old, we should start over, we should do this. And the AI kept making excuses.
Bring in Nintendo, bitch.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, Atari for the win.
And when it's all said and done, we're saved by an Atari 2600.
Hey, good movie. That'd be a good movie.
You know what? Forget the red phone. Get the Atari. Bring the
somebody. We need the Atari right now. Somebody bring the Atari.
Right? We beat AI with a joystick and one button.
Yeah, playing that when they launch all the nukes, someone's using an Atari to play that missiles game to block all of it.
That's it, man. We're gonna play Galaga and take down all the drones, man.
Hey. When the world needed a superhero, Atari answered.
That's it, man. They got it right the first time, man. These video games are out of control too. You guys are gamers?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
When I have time.
I have a squirrel brain that prohibits me from playing anything longer than 30 seconds.
Same.
I'm serious, dude. I want to get into it. Like, I swear to you, I really want to do the Call of Duty thing. I'd love to get a VR headset. I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah. I feel that. I like the idea of video games more than I actually like playing them, if that makes sense.
I'd rather just
people play a lot too.
I can't do that, man. I'd rather be on a couch picking lint out of my belly button. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I stopped at Nintendo.
Yeah. Super NES was pretty much like the last one that I was truly invested in. That's the one that tore apart my thumbs, and I don't think I could go back after that.
I go through spurts where like I'll play a lot for like a very short period of time, but then I won't play it all for months. Or like there was one time I didn't play for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, I do when I do it when I'm in prep, because if like, you know, you start to get hungry, I'm just like, I'm like, oh, it's time to eat again. You don't even feel it, you know.
Now that I've successfully watched all of TV, you know, I think I might get like a Nintendo Switch just to kill time.
Yeah.
Successfully watched all the TV.
Yo, I watched all of it, man. I won. I won.
Do you guys have any bodybuilding rituals or rituals in your day to day? You guys have to do?
What, like putting like my dunking my face in Saratoga water?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, rubbing friggin', you know.
I would say, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, it's just stuff that I've been doing, whether I'm in off season or in prep. It's just like, you know, I like to get up. I like to immediately brush my teeth because I breathe through my mouth, and I have, you know, my CPAP on. I usually like, if it's nice out, I'll go outside. I immediately drink a liter of water. I start making coffee, and I try not to be on my phone for 30 minutes to an hour.
That's a good one.
That's usually, you know, what I try to do, just to kind of wake up, I guess, and get my mind right. I don't really have any like weird shit, I guess.
Yeah. No, being off the phone like for the first 30 minutes is a good one.
That's a crucial way to start your day.
It's a huge dopamine, and it sets you in the right direction if you're off it.
Yeah, facts. My eyes just hurt when I, you know, try and pick up the phone, and you know, I actually try to turn my alarm off on my phone without looking at it. You know, but mine has to be start your day with coffee. You know, then the water. Yeah, I'm opposite of you, Chris. You know, but coffee, water, and as far as training ritual goes, I have to walk into the gym with my headphones on. You know, As soon as I step foot out of the car, I don't want to talk to nobody until I'm done. You know, hi, bye. You know, that's it. What up, Kat?
I definitely like my training one is I have to wash my face and hands before every session, like before a training session.
I gotta pee before every session. Sorry, yeah. I'm weird. I'm weird. I gotta let you guys know. I hate peeing after I put on that belt.
Facts.
if I got to take,
actually do too. It's annoying.
Yeah, it'll fuck up your day. Entire workout just gone to shit just because you had to pee.
Yeah, same thing with a shit. Have you ever had to take a shit during a workout? Like it's game over. It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, no. See,
On the rare occasion that it happens, I dread it. But like usually, like once I'm getting ready, like I usually go right when I wake up in the morning. As soon as I drink the water or take that first sip of coffee, like I'm in the bathroom.
yeah.
And then usually once I like take some caffeine or something before I'm
For me, has to be deodorant. Like even if I just put it on an hour ago, check all the boxes. Let me just make sure I didn't sweat through this motherfucker. I'll paint it on. I'm not one of these guys going to the gym smelling like I just walked through Macy's, but I just don't want to smell like, ass cheeks. You know what I mean?
That's
like
the fucking worst. Oh.
Yeah. Now for me, like, I'm like, how is this guy, bathing in a bottle of cool water and coming in the gym? Like you could smell his trail. Like you just smell his shadow walking around the gym.
Women do it too. And it's just like, I feel like 90% of the women that train these days train to impress the guys. They're there. They're fucking like they're going to a nightclub, for Christ's sake. Like, dude,
big facts.
You can tell who's there to work, and then you can tell who's there to like flirt and get some numbers.
I was told by a few of my female clients, if you see them in the gym with their hair down, they're not here to work out.
Facts.
No offense to any girl that, is down there with the locks flowing. This is just what I'm told by other females. I don't want y'all hating me. I love y'all.
There you go, gentlemen. There you go, gentlemen who are going to the gym to find somebody. Look for the ones with the hair down.
Yeah. Pro tip.
That's what for.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
That's like majority of the women at one of the gyms I train at now.
Mm.
They all walk with this little strut. I'm like, I want to throw a plate at you.
Chris comes in with his fucking bandana on and it looks like fucking Rambo, and he's like, "Let's go."
He's got the eye paint.
Do it one time, dude. I want to fucking see it.
Oh man, Chris, I'd love to see you in character. Just give him the Ultimate Warrior triangle.
Yes, and I'll just sprint. I'll sprint through the gym. Every machine I go to, I'm running full speed. I'm going to shake the bar.
Please make it happen. Please make it happen.
Get it happen, and then you got to tag us. We got to fucking see that shit.
Last Halloween, I dressed up as like this steampunk type of person, and I literally had.
See you look like.
Yeah, the gears.
Yeah, and I did like the red across my face, and I was like, oh, here we go, going out to the Badlands to fight the friggin' Sarm goblins and the Tripod Brigade.
The Sarm goblins.
I've always wanted to do something cool for Halloween, and then I always kind of pussy out.
Yeah,
I feel like I've wanted to be Blade really bad, and I've never put together the Blade costume.
I gotta say the illest, and I thought about this one. Illest Halloween costume has to be Spawn. If you could get a true actual Spawn type get up, that would be the illest thing ever.
Yeah,
that is like one of my favorite comics ever.
It was one of the best.
I literally have Spawn 1 through 100, all the comics, and I've got 300 of Spawn, like Todd McFarlane's action figures that aren't opened that are at my parents' house in the attic.
Shit.
Collect.
You got a nest egg.
Yeah. I gotta see a video of that. You gotta take a video next time you go there and post it. I want to see something.
Climb up the attic.
Yeah.
That, and I have like Star Wars figures up there too, and all types of cool shit.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm still a kid at heart.
Stay that way, man. Stay that way. The world's too serious. The world is way too serious these days.
They're supposed to be remaking Spawn too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
Good.
Fun fact: Michael Jai White, who played Spawn, he's actually from down the road here in Connecticut. He's originally from Bridgeport.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, used to see him all the time at Montanari Brothers. Matter of fact, I feel like I keep bringing up dead people, but God rest your soul, Jerry. Jerry was the one that introduced me to him. You know, I guess him, Jerry, Darren, Richie, and Dino all grew up together.
That's what's up.
That's nuts. The gym that I first trained at, Billy Blanks used to lift that, and Mike Quinn, God rest his soul as well.
Yeah, Billy Blanks actually does boot camps down in Stanford.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he does them, I think, at Chelsea Piers, and he does them on the beach, too.
That's what's up.
Small world, man.
He's an innovator in fitness no matter what anybody says, man.
No, you can't take anything from him. And honestly, Billy Blanks was Wesley Snipes before Wesley Snipes was Wesley Snipes.
Exactly. Yeah. You're absolutely right on that.
Yeah. 100%. Billy was that he was that guy, him and that the blonde girl with the nasty kicks from back in the day. You guys remember
her? Cynthia Rothrock.
Bam, there you go. I would have never got her name.
She did the scorpion kick.
Yup.
I don't remember her.
Oh man, you gotta go back.
A lot of like B level action movies, but she was a highly acclaimed like world martial artist. Like she was fantastic. Yeah.
I go back.
Actually, my friend Mark, who's like he's Armenian in his 50s. He actually used to train with her back in the day. He has pictures with her and everything.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. Since you just mentioned training with famous people, who would you guys say is the biggest fitness celebrity that you've worked out with? Chris, I know you probably got Ronnie in there.
I never trained with Ronnie. I trained with Jay Cutler before, and I trained with Branch before, and he was the most intense person I've ever trained with in my life. But I mean, I've trained with like a lot of pros and stuff over the years. I've been very blessed to do that. It's nice to be recognized that I actually like train really hard. But I'd probably say, like, as far as overall notoriety, I'd probably say Jay Cutler would probably be the biggest one, then maybe Branch.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I always.
What about you guys, Brendan and Mike?
Man, I've never really trained with somebody notable, I guess, to people. I've trained with some elite level power lifters, and those were some of the harder workouts I've ever done because we kind of put the bodybuilding mentality aside, and it was just grip and rip days with like maximum deadlifts. And I really enjoy that type of stuff. I don't know if I can do it now, but those were some of my most memorable lifts with some of the better power lifters in the Northeast and heavy deadlift days or heavy squat days.
Yeah, that's the
same. It's been like more like you said, power lifters and like pro bodybuilders, but not anyone like at a level where it's like The Rock or something like that.
Yeah.
I would love to train with a guy like him. I mean, like his intensity and what he fucking brings to the table. I think everyone's like, "Oh, it's just show." No, man, dude, you gotta fucking grind it out to be able to look as good as he does, especially at his age. Like,
I was about to say that, especially being north of 50.
He's probably one of the hardest workers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Him and Terry Crews also is like in his 50s, and he still trains hard.
I think Terry Crews is in like 60s, man.
He might be. Yeah.
Terry's a jack dude.
Yeah.
I asked the question, but I haven't really trained with too many famous people. Honestly, if I were to put anybody in that genre, I would say it would have to probably be Evan. And Evan was just a fucking monster back in his day.
He's awesome. And he's such a nice guy too.
Yeah. Evan was one of the guys that really told me I could do this shit too. So shout outs to him. A lot of guys will see it in you before you see it yourself.
Yeah, you're getting a guy like that telling you that you got a spot in this industry.
Yeah.
You tend to listen to a guy like that, considering some of the sets that I heard that he used to do back in the day. Jesus, dude.
Insane. Honestly, he's one of the most versatile, just overall complete, strong, aesthetic. Just he might have not been one extreme of anything, but he was very well rounded, dude. Like he was the guy. I'm sorry his career ended, but yeah, like he was phenomenal back in his day. Just to watch that kid train, I shouldn't even say kid, but watch that guy train down at Powerhouse, like it was a spectacle. People would stand on the rafters and just watch the shit that was about to happen.
I remember the first time I went to Montanari Brothers, like I couldn't get my workout locked in because Evan was training, and I kept between sets, I would find myself just watching him train.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck?
There was Adam McVeigh, you know, he passed away, but he did this event at Montanari Brothers. It was like the good fellas or good guys or something. I forget what it was, but Evan was there training, like John De La Rosa was there training, Marco Rivera was there training, Juan Morel was there training. And I went down for that event. I forget who else. There were a bunch of other names there, and I'm just like looking at these dudes, you know, and I was still kind of like coming up, and I was just like, man, this is awesome, you know, just to be around that.
You got 10% stronger just being in the room, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how it was training down at Super Gym back in the day, man. Like I used to commute from Hartford to New Haven daily just to go to that gym.
I drive 2 hours down there on a weekend just to train. Just because that's my favorite gym in the United States.
Oh, I'd agree.
So, yeah. Yep.
For me, like
every time you walk into that gym, you have to fucking level up.
Yeah, 100%. You got no choice.
Zero.
And you know, like it's not my home gym, but every time I go down there, everybody, the owners, the people there, the community make me feel like it's my home gym. Like I call it my home away from home is a gym because there's nothing like it. I love that gym. The gym is awesome.
Yeah. So I started out there, but that feeling kind of shifted when I started going down to Syosset and training at Bev's, and the same passion that I had at Montanari's, like I find that now when I go to Bev's. And
that's where you do all your lifting now?
No, I'm local, man. Bev's is still like an hour and a half from me, and that's like on a good day. But you know, any chance I get to go down there, man, that's my favorite place to be. Like, again, it's just like what I was talking about before. Steve he hit the nail on the head. When guys see you in that gym, they're like-minded, they're of the same cloth, so they know that you're there for a purpose. They know that you're not there just to get a pump, you know. And if anything, they're gonna ask you like, "Yo, you good? Can I help you with anything?" But they're not gonna try and make conversation with you. You know, they know that you're on a mission, and they're gonna support that mission. You know, so that feeling now I get when I go to Bev's. There's not too many pros that are training at Montanari's now. Plus I haven't been there, so I really can't say, but still got love for that gym. Just some of the most unique pieces of equipment. Still, my favorite part to train there is shoulders. They have the dopest shoulder equipment at Montanari Brothers.
Yeah,
you know,
me and Mike just hit it there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's now gone down to Syosset, and I love that gym just as much as I love New Haven, man. But they are two of the best gyms, I believe, in the world, right? You know, within 2 hours of each other.
I'd agree with you on that part.
Absolutely. Kerrith, are you up in the Northeast again?
Always, man. I didn't leave.
For some reason, I thought you moved down to Florida.
Honestly, I would love Florida right now. Tampa sounds really, really nice. But yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from the New York border.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, like do you know where James Mariano lives? Carmel?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm probably like 20 minutes from Carmel.
No shit. I did not know that. For some reason, I thought you were down in Florida. I don't know why.
I take a ton of pictures whenever I go down there.
Maybe, yeah.
It's the sunshine, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it down there.
Yeah, I mean, like Mike and Chris will probably agree with me on this. Besides, like Montanari Brothers, and then like even Bev's is like probably 3 hours from me, and probably 4.5 to 5 hours from Mike. And it's just like there's nothing in New England besides the Montanari Brothers. Like as far as like gyms where they bring that vibe, like you walk in and you know you need to like walk in and level the fuck up, and it sucks because like I feel like in Florida and Texas they're on every fucking street corner down there.
Every street corner.
Just like God damn, man. Like, I wish, like, don't get me wrong. Like you still have to have the mindset of going into whatever gym that you're going to at that point in time and level the fuck up. But you know, when you go into those kind of gyms and those kind of atmospheres, like MI40 or the Montanarium or Bevs or whatever the case may be, or Absolute Recomp, like those gyms or destination, like you need to level the fuck up or you're going to get left in the dust. And everyone's there.
Listen, don't forget
there because they have the same fucking mindset as you. And these days, you can't even find, like, with our age bracket, you can find the same mindset. But when you walk into these gyms now, it's like you're fucking doomed and you're seeing like the dumbest shit you've ever seen before in your life.
The guy in the tank top that should wear a sweatshirt.
You're 150 pounds, you're 6'1", 150 pounds, and you're wearing a fucking stringer. I'm like, dude, I'm not even in prep wearing a fucking stringer, and I'm like 10 days out. Like, what do we, like, I don't know what people fucking think these days. I just don't.
I'm gonna go get a sweatshirt now after this conversation.
Dude, you're 5'7", like 240. That's a big fucking difference.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
6'1", 150.
I'm 5'6".
You definitely don't fit the bill for that one, Chris.
I was talking to Ashton about this yesterday. I go, there's not one gym in Massachusetts that has like 100% nailed it. And when I say nailed it, I don't know really what nailed it means. It's just that there's always something missing from every gym I've trained. I have 3 fucking gym memberships right now. There's always like something missing, whether it's like the atmosphere, or maybe it's like how the gym is just laid out, or maybe it's the equipment selection, or maybe it's the people that go there. You know, like there's only
one spot that I've trained at in the last like 2 years in New England that probably has that like grunge type, and it's hand-picked machines and everything like that. It's a place called Vanarchy. It's in.
I literally have a key to that place.
Yes, that is a hole in the fucking wall. It's literally like you don't even have ceiling tiles in there. All old school equipment. It's all fucking like it reminds me of like the Montanarian when it comes to like the equipment that's in there. It's like fucking top notch. A guy named Van owns it. It's called Vanarchy. But that place is fucking. You walk in there and you're like, let's fucking do it.
The very first.
I'm gonna put you guys on to one that I recently found out about. It's in Middletown, Connecticut, and this kid is doing big things. I don't know him personally, and I've yet to go to this gym, but it's called Jag Strong, JAG.
Yeah,
so,
actually
trains there, and he's been telling me to try this gym out, and he said that I'd really like it. I just haven't made it down there yet.
Yeah, everybody I talk to says nothing but good things. He's like, this kid has so many pieces of equipment that we haven't seen in a long time. Like, and he does his homework. Like, he customizes them so they're not just, you're loading up plates. He's setting up the machine so you really feel it. So from what I understand, he's chopping and welding what needs to be welded. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I think I might go down there tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how it works out.
Yeah, let us know.
Absolutely.
I think wasn't Luke working out there for a while too?
He did, I think, and they moved the location. They like upgraded and got like a bigger spot. But Luke was saying the same thing that Kerrith was just saying. Like this dude just like he's like a welder and mechanically can fucking do anything when it comes to equipment. And he's literally built it for power lifters and bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I definitely need to go check that place out.
We need more places like that and less big box gyms, dude. I'm so past the big box thing now. I can't even. It's
tough. It's so tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go to these big box gyms, and the first thing you see when you walk in there is they got the turf area. There's 10 guys doing fucking handstands. And I swear to God.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Give me a dodgeball and say it's okay. I got a cannon, man. I want to unleash it. Oh, you got the parallel dip bars, the guy that's got every fucking dumbbell that you want to use stacked up on top of each other doing a handstand, and you're like, yo, somebody come get there, man.
I need those. Don, I need to use those, man.
Right.
So last podcast, I had a guy reach out, His name's Connor. And I know we've never done one of these, but he said, you know, he likes the podcast and he's asking if we ever have done physique critiques. And I was like, oh, we've never done one.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'd really appreciate for the input because he plans on doing his first national show. And he just won the Emerald Cup, which I believe is a West Coast show.
Yeah, that's up in Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he won the Emerald Cup. I believe he's I believe Stu Sutherland coaches him.
Okay.
But I figured I'd pull him up and we'll critique him on like where we think that physique is for national level competitor.
Let's pull him up.
Pull him up. Do it.
I've never done one of these, so
Keep in mind, my friend, young man, this is bodybuilding. You're supposed to get criticized.
That's right. Shout out to Connor though for winning the Emerald Cup. Congrats, bro. That's awesome.
What's he do? Classic, open?
He does open.
Physique. Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were talking men's physique. Forgive me.
No. Men's open.
Okay. All right. Definitely. All right. He's one of us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That archer pose is legit, man. Kid definitely has lines.
That looks fucking great.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Kid definitely has lines. That's a great archer pose.
That's a great shot.
Yeah. He's got a hell of a physique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we have any like, you know, mandatories.
You have that. Scroll back up. That was that just. Yeah.
Oh, this.
Yeah, that one. The abdominal thigh and the most muscular right there.
Muscular. The kid's got all the right body parts, man. I think honestly, coming a little bit drier, harden up.
I was gonna say. I mean, I think he can be a little more drier in the legs, but other than
because the lines are there. If he just sinks those in, just comes in dug out, you know. I think you're on point, my man. Probably want to hit some sort of decline fly, try and get that three-dimensional look to your chest, to your lower chest. But dude, you got all the right weaponry. You got calves, you got quads. Can't see the hamstrings. Is there anything on the hamstrings?
Yeah, let's see. I'd say maybe a little more medial delt,
I was gonna say just a little more, and probably rear delt too, because rear delt when that's developed can make the shoulder pop more.
100%.
Well, that side shot looks a lot better, but I mean,
I'd still say rear delts. I'd still say just some overall shoulder size and roundness. I mean,
if he had rear delta in that side chest, that would look nasty.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
And just my 2 cents, I would definitely drop that back shoulder and twist more at the waist. Cast a bigger shadow.
Yeah.
So he brings the chest more to the front, right, Kerrith?
Right.
Yeah,
And I was told that by Tyler. Tyler told me once Kevin LeBron did it like that, it ruined it for everybody.
What I always like to tell my clients and stuff that compete, or even people that have helped with posing, you know, think of it like you're drawing something, and like what Kara said, dropping that back shoulder down, it's going to create like a straight line across from shoulder to shoulder. It's going to improve overall the shape, the symmetry, and the balance of that pose.
Agreed.
His chest is huge. He's got a big chest.
Yeah, upper chest is popping. He could fall asleep on his pecs.
Yep.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, I think if he brings in that conditioning more in the legs, he'll be in good shape.
I'll see if I can find a back shot of some kind. Might have to go back a little bit here.
He's got a good physique.
All right, there's a back shot.
When was that? 13 weeks out. So 13. That was like 13 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I'd say a little more width and like the thickness in the lower back's there, but the thickness in the upper he could probably bring up with a little more in the width too.
It's all right, Connor. I gotta improve the same spot on my back as well. And then I would say a little more of that long head on the triceps so that it hangs down a bit more.
You get that sag.
Yep. It'll create just a very different look there.
Yeah. I personally I love his waist for the size of him. He looks like a taller athlete.
Yeah.
The lat spread looks good, you know, but honestly, the way he's presenting it here, not doing him any justice.
Nope.
For sure.
Get that head up.
Chest up and kind of lean.
Yeah, you got to pull those shoulders back.
Yep.
You're losing so much width.
Yeah, especially with the thickness in your lower back, you need to emphasize that a lot more. So
Yeah. If anything that I could say that would catapult him is getting more detail. And I know this is 13 weeks out, but if you're talking about taking things to the national level, your back should be as dug out as your glutes are in this picture. And we need to get you some more separation in your hamstrings, Connor. But dude, bravo to you. Congrats on your win. You look great, man.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, for nationals, man, just come in peeled. You know,
we've peeled, practice that posing.
That's a good side shot right there. I mean, like that side chest was good. Like Kerrith said, like bring that chest around a little more and fucking because that's a good shot.
There he's hitting it a little differently.
Yeah.
You know, that back shoulder isn't as high, but that's more how he should be hitting it. I don't know if it was, you know, the stage jitters that got to him. Sometimes that happens to an athlete.
Maybe that was just when the picture was taken. Like maybe he was like
True.
getting into
Yeah.
it and then dropped, you know.
Yeah. And it just understand that too, Connor. You know your truth, so we're just judging from what we see.
Yep.
You know, so don't you know take it too seriously, but do accept the criticism.
Yeah.
But, Connor, you got a great physique and definitely a bright future ahead.
100%. 100%.
Keep
that weight tight.
If he's doing North Americans or USAs, I don't know if one of these had he didn't quite say which one he's doing, but
I wonder like what's his height and weight. Did he tell you or no?
Well, he's a super
heavyweight, so he's probably taller.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
But yeah, you're on your way, dude.
He's got a lot more muscle he can add to that frame over the years, and that just takes time. So that's not me. That's not really a criticism or a knock. That's just saying like you're on the right path for sure.
100%. And I personally feel that what Chris said is true. And if you're looking to alter your physique from now to nationals, dude, work on that rear delt. It will change your look entirely. You'll gain an inch in each direction.
Yep.
No, really impressive.
Those little inches add up.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Regardless of what
somebody's coming with it.
Yeah, regardless what women will tell you, man, those inches make a lot of difference.
Shit.
Nah, he looks really good.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. That was
well, hour 30 minutes. I know I got a meal. I'm sure.
Guys, I gotta eat.
Yeah. But
Kerrith, you're doing Texas, right?
Texas Pro Open, dude. Brennan, I'm excited for this one. I feel like I just
gotta square up right here, you and fucking Mike. This is gonna be great. And I'm gonna have front row seats for this shit too. I'm going down with Mike, so I'm gonna be able to watch this shit.
I can't wait. Just know that. Listen, we're cool now on stage.
He's like, "Fuck you, I'm out for it."
I would expect nothing less from you because we're competing. So you know we're cool as shit, but on stage we got a job to do. So you really got to just show up and show out. That's what I expect you in the nicest way to be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a humble guy and I like to downplay my shit a lot, but don't get it twisted. I was a D1 athlete. That mentality is there. When show day comes, I'm there to take people's heads off if I can. I
would expect nothing less from you. And honestly, dude, your first show, if I'm going to give you any advice, take this from me. Have no expectations. Just go out there, have fun, and fucking win every pose. Yeah. That's the goal. Treat it like, innings in a baseball game. Win every inning. You end up winning.
No, I appreciate that.
100%. You can do it.
It's going to be fun to watch the two of you up there.
Yeah. It's going to be a blast.
I better see you in that first call out, bro.
Hey, man, I'm doing everything I can to make it there.
I like that.
Yeah. Well,
Chris,
thank
you gonna be there?
What's that?
No, I wish.
Why not? Don't you got a high tech business?
I could. I also have stuff with Gasp out there that I could do.
Well, you know they're gonna have a party there. Gasp always has a party there.
Kerrith sucking you right in.
No, Ashlyn and I are getting married in September, so we're like doing all the wedding stuff and just
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, when is the show? It's what, Abby? 2 months out?
August 9th.
Yeah.
We might actually have to try to get down there for that because Ashlyn's younger brother, he's doing the amateur version.
Okay.
And I mean, he looks fantastic right now as well. So pull him up really quick.
Yeah.
Austin. Actually, it's the most muscular realtor because he crushes real estate.
Brandon, you saw how I sowed the seed and brought him right in, right?
You fucking sold that well, kid.
I need to go sell cars.
Yeah. All right, I got him. Let me pull him up here.
You got him? Yeah, he just
posted
like
usually work out the day after a show.
What was that?
Kerrith, you usually work out the day after a show or no?
Honestly, me, all I'll do is cardio.
Yeah,
I'll do cardio for like 2 or 3 days, just to decompress.
Yeah, I think me and Mike are gonna hit up Absolute Recon on Sunday.
Yeah, I usually just use the hotel gym and just try and not be lazy. I might jump on a treadmill, jump on a bike, and just kind of like bounce around from cardio machine.
Yeah,
I just try and stay on diet. That's pretty much my priority.
Yeah,
Can we zoom on that?
Yeah, Austin looks really good.
It looks good. Looks like he's got great classic lines, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's doing classic or bodybuilding because I know to him to do classic because he's like 6 feet.
Yeah.
He needs to like suck down a shitload. I don't know if he has that much to lose, to be completely honest.
Oh, I'm just saying he has classic lines, not classic physique.
No, but he looks. Yeah, he did classic before, but I think he just does bodybuilding now. He hasn't competed in a few years.
He's fucking. He's dialed in.
Yeah, he looks good. He works with I think Mark Tomanak, I think, is his coach.
This is 5 days ago, and we still got 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, that's crazy. No, he
him and Ashlyn have like the fastest goddamn metabolisms, and they just drop fat so goddamn fast. I hate them.
Yeah.
Pretty good genetics in that family.
That's why, they literally call it the Richardson genetics. That's their little joke. Yeah, but he looks really good.
He looks really good. So he can find me a house in Dallas.
Oh yeah, he crushes it.
Oh yeah.
I think he helped Jordan Hutchinson get a house.
He's another competitor that's doing Texas, right?
Yeah. Jordan is. Yep.
Jordan
looks good right now. He's a big boy, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's like 274 right now.
He looks bigger. As crazy as that is to say, he looks bigger than 270.
The magic that him and Tuttle have done over the last fucking 2 to 3 years is crazy.
What?
Yeah.
No,
I never knew about him until this past year.
Yeah, he finished second to Andrew last year at Texas.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, he was on stage, I think, at like 247 last year. And now he's already got striations in his glutes, and he's 274 right now.
That's big.
He'll probably be on stage at like that 260 to 262 marker, and that's
well, Tuttle chases conditioning like nobody.
Yep.
I know all about that shit, and that's the one thing he makes sure of is all those 100%. Guys. Because when I was competing against Mike at Universe, I had like fucking striated glutes in 6 weeks, and Mike was like, "Fuck."
I was like, "Fuck, man, guys dialed."
But dude, he gets his guys inside out peeled all the time.
All the time, man.
All the time. If it's
fun fact, Chris was actually my first official coach.
No shit.
Yeah. Tuttle.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah. Tuttle was the guy that got me in shape. Well, he wrote me a diet plan with 4 weeks to go into the show. I found out about the show 6 weeks out. Went from 196 down to 173. And
Dang.
yeah. Yeah, so we killed it. And that was as a natty, so, you know.
That's awesome.
Pretty good.
Yes,
Thought it was a good dude. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to, what's his brand there? More?
Oh, more
Oh,
energy.
yeah.
If you guys haven't tried that, I highly recommend it. And I'm not just saying that because Tuttle's my boy. That shit is good.
I got some in the cupboard. I use it daily. I love
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Makes your water that much better.
Must in prep. It's a must in prep.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, gentlemen. Kerrith, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me, man. I'm sorry we waited this long to do this, and you know, hopefully we can do it again in the future.
Oh yeah, we should do one after Texas.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys let me know. We could do one before Texas, as long as I'm able to form complete sentences. we laugh, but we all go through the same struggle. You know what it is.
Yeah, we could probably do one a couple weeks out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I might have to hold up cue cards.
You in, Mike.
Straight up.
Attention span of like 30 minutes and be like, oh, well, we're done here. This is a great podcast.
Brendan, you'll have to host. I'll just sit like,
I'm fucking done.
But you know what that means? That means you're on point. That means you're ready.
Absolutely.
That's right.
All right. So let's get ready, guys. Hey, Mike, I'm looking forward to competing with you. It's going to be a blast, dude. I'm going to make sure you have a great time up there. And please believe that I will be pushing your ass. So, you know, I might be a short guy, but I'm swinging high. At you.
I love to hear it. I look forward to it.
It'll be fun, bro. Absolutely.
Yes, all right, fellas.
Have a good night.
Brendan,
have a good night.
Good to
Take
see
care,
you
guys.
Take care.